Hey, let me ask my black community a serious question where we can have an open conversation as adults with nobody bashing nobody or disrespecting nobody. Every time I get on social media, it seems like I'm always seeing the battle of the sexes when it comes to men and women pertaining to relationship dynamics in the black community. I'm seeing guys saying, 50-50. I'm seeing the women saying they not paying 50-50. I'm hearing, women saying don't even hop in my DM if you can't buy this or pay no bills. I'm hearing guys saying I'm not paying all this shit by myself. What you bring to the table. It's like y'all really don't understand what the fuck going on in this world right now. We're in a fucking bind. America has us in a fucking bind. And y'all get on social media every day and argue about senseless shit. What you bring to the table. We're in a bind. America got us so fucked up right now. So honestly, I feel like a lot of us ain't gonna have no damn table at the rate the economy is going. When did it get to this point that the men don't have the provider mindset? When did it get to the point where the women, they bossing up, times have changed, they handle their business, but when did it get to the point where you don't feel like you need a man in your life because you bossed up? Love is the highest form of frequency on this planet. And love is vibrating really low in this realm. I'm not saying other races or other communities outside of black communities don't have these conversations or don't talk about these things, but I'm speaking on what I see with my community, and from what I'm seeing, it's an ongoing battle, and we exposing each other publicly on social media. We tearing each other down on social media. The battle of the sexes. While other races is probably sitting back laughing at us because it's senseless, it's bullshit. When did we get so comfortable with not needing nobody? We in a state right now in this economy where men and women need each other. Point blank period. Especially in my black community. We need each other. It shouldn't be no tug of war type of shit going on. We're in inflation. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Y'all don't think that could be a sign for us to come together? For God to actually bring us closer because of the shit that we dealing with in the physical? We're in a spiritual warfare. We in a spiritual warfare. And some of y'all don't even understand. You don't. And y'all on here arguing about senseless ass shit. And you got people out here struggling to survive. You got people out here don't know how they gonna make shit happen. It's two income households still living from check to check. There's not even a middle class no more. Either you rich, wealthy, or you poor. Ain't no middle class no more. Y'all don't see what the fuck going on? We need each other. We need each other. I know times have changed from back in the day with your grandparents, but just know that it's possible. And there was a time when the man was a provider. He had a provider mindset. And he acted on that mindset. and that woman supported him. She was the nurturer. She had his back. Yeah, I get it now. Times and change. Women had to step up and handle their business. Women in positions that men thought they'd never be in. Some women are breadwinners. Some women are boss bitches or whatever y'all want to call it. All of that. But at the end of the day, what good is all of that when you're not at peace? You ain't spreading no love. It's so much hatred that's happening. It's ridiculous, especially within our community. I'm talking about our community. I'm speaking on behalf of our community. We need to get it together. We need to get it together. And for the men who handling their business, who got a provider mindset, I'm not talking to y'all. Because you're doing what you're supposed to do. To the women who's with those type of men, who has his back, who's very supportive, you know, she brings to the table what he can't, and he brings to the table what she can't. I'm not talking to y'all type of women. It's these other women that's playing a tug of war, and these other men playing a tug of war. Well, if she ain't doing this and doing that, I ain't about to do this and do that. If he can't pay no bills, don't even get in my DM. Or the men, I'm not paying 50-50 on nothing. But at the same time, you do want her to pay 50-50 on all the bills and still take care of the children if y'all have children, take care of the household, cooking, cleaning, doing all that shit, and all you doing is going to work and coming home. Now, if you're a man who contributes to the household duties, I'm not talking to you either. But I'm talking to these men who, because he's a man and he's providing, but at the same time, they splitting 50-50, she coming home and still carrying more weight than him. That's who I'm talking to. Why we can't carry this load together? Why? When has it come to this? When has it come to the point for the men who are providing and doing what they're supposed to do and loving on their woman in private and in public, those men are deemed as simps or whatever y'all want to call them? What's wrong with loving your person? Because you love your person and it's genuine. It shouldn't be no shame in that. Lady, what's wrong with supporting your man? Being supportive. Not criticizing him. Not speaking life into him. What's wrong with y'all not speaking life into these men? And men, what's wrong with y'all not wanting to vent? That's exactly why we got a lot of black men that's broken. Because you've been taught all your life, you ain't supposed to cry. You ain't supposed to show emotion. You ain't supposed to do this. You ain't supposed to do that. But you human. You're a spiritual being like everybody else having a human experience. And you have feelings. But because you've been taught that and you've been programmed to believe that, you don't vent. You don't express yourself. You don't really want to love out loud. And that's destroying you and you don't even realize it. You broken. And I don't blame no woman who's to the point where she's doing everything she can, but you don't want to open up to her. You don't want to let yourself go and be vulnerable because you're afraid she's going to use it against you. What if she don't? What if she don't use it against you? What if she really is genuine? What if she really care about your well-being and your mental health? What if that? But you're going to end up losing a good woman because you won't let yourself go. You won't thrive in her energy. And for the women, you know, independent, you know, boss status, whatever you want to call it, masculinity. When you're dealing with a man, he's masculine physically, naturally. But when he has that masculinity mentality, you automatically thrive in your femininity. It activates by default. That's how you know you're dealing with a masculine man mentally. Because your femininity will activate naturally by default. Nothing's wrong with you want to be independent, handle your business, and boss status. But when you have a man like that in your presence, you thrive in his energy too. Let that man be a man and do what a man's supposed to do. Just like that, the men should let the women be women and do what women's supposed to do. I'm not saying all of this just to be talking. It's real out here. Life been life for a lot of people. Some people about to lose their mind. And because of what's going on in this entire world, it's just more negative energy. It's just more hatred. It's so much shit that we should be worried about. And we worried about what whoever brings to the table and who paying 50-50 and all this other shit. Nonsense. We in a time where we need to be coming together as a team. A team. We're a team. We in this shit together. I'd rather do this hard shit because of the economy, the way the economy is shifting. I'd rather do this hard shit with a partner than to just do this hard shit by myself. And I'm not talking about, you having a man that ain't shit and ain't paying no bills and you struggling, you still with him. Or you having a woman who ain't shit and she ain't trying to do nothing and you struggling with her. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about both of y'all got y'all head on straight, trying to make some shit happen. Trying to make some shit happen, but it's hard out here. Why not do that hard together to make each other's life a whole lot more easier than to do that shit by yourself? Because we're in a time where we need each other. Men and women need each other. You need a partner that has the same mindset as you. You need a man that knows how to lead and knows where he's going. If men and women are being who they supposed to be to each other, they gonna submit by default. If I'm being who I'm supposed to be to that man, and that man is being who he's supposed to be to me, we both gonna submit by default. Naturally. Nothing forced. No pressure. Naturally. But y'all having battle of the sexes, and it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing for my community to be at each other's throats every day, bashing each other, criticizing each other, debating on nonsense when we should be coming together saying, you know what? I don't want to do this shit alone. I don't want to do this shit by myself. We can. You can. But why? Why? Let's do this shit together. Let's get back to loving on each other. Private, in public, however, loving on each other. Let's get back to the dynamics of doing what works for y'all as a couple. Not what society say, not the picture they paint what relationships should be like. Do what works for you and your partner. Not what the next couple doing, not what your friends say you should be doing, not what society say you should be doing, not what everybody else is doing, not what you see the celebrities doing. Do what works for y'all. If your structure and your dynamic work for y'all, fuck what anybody else got to say about it. It's working over here. But we so busy caught up into what people say or think or what it should be. Structure your relationship, team building around this is what works for us. We good. We happy. I don't want what nobody else got in their relationship. I don't idolize nobody else's relationship, no matter what it looked like on social media, the trips, the glitz, the glamorous, the shopping, the car. I don't idolize none of that because I don't know what they going through behind closed doors. I don't know what it took for them to get to that point. So I don't idolize nobody else's shit. Because if you do, you'll manifest that shit into your own situation. And I don't know what they did to get that shit or to be where they at. I don't know the struggles. I don't know what that person had to deal with and go through. So I don't want that for myself. I'm blind to it. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So do what works for y'all. Let's get back to loving on each other. Let's get back to just not giving a fuck what nobody say or think about your relationship as long as it's healthy. It's healthy. Y'all happy. It's peaceful. It's not toxic. Let's get back to that shit. Like, damn. And it's sad because I'm seeing it every day. Tearing each other down. Telling another person that what they shouldn't be doing. How they should be as a woman. We got men out here telling women how to be women. But if I try to tell you how to be a man, you're going to tell me how I'm going to tell you how to be a man, ain't no man. But that's what we got to that point now where men telling women how to be women, women telling men how to be men. That shit is crazy. And it's a debate all the time. You know, I don't know who this is for. I don't know who need to hear this shit, but it's been on my mind. It's been on my heart. And I felt the need to just say something or just speak on it. We can agree to disagree in a respectable way. We can agree to have a grown folks conversation without tearing each other down. Let's talk about it. It's conversations that need to be had in the black community. Whether they hard conversations or not, it's some shit that need to be had. We got to get it together. Life is life. And life don't discriminate. Y'all better man up and woman up. Y'all better team up. Because this shit is real. And it ain't going to get no better. God is shifting the entire realm. It's a spiritual warfare. And y'all don't even see what the fuck going on. Love is the highest form of frequency. It raises the vibrations. It'll make this world a whole lot better. And we can get back to those dynamics of needing each other, respecting each other, and loving on each other. Have an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for what you got and what's to come. Be grateful for what you got and what's to come. Make do with what you got. But at the end of the day, let's get back to loving each other. In spite of your flaws, in spite of your past, you live and you learn. That's what life all about. Living and learning. And then you elevate to the next level. Live and learn and elevate. We're not here to stay complacent and be the same from the time we came into this realm until we leave here in the physical body. We're not. We're here to live, learn, and elevate. We all got purpose. We all got purpose. Some people going to leave here and not fulfill it. And the ones that are, do your thing. Handle your business. Be that vessel. Be that light to others' darkness. Show people who God really is. Raise the bar. Stand on everything you say. You want to talk that talk, be able to walk that shit too. I just had to say this because, you know, I be thinking about a lot of things, and this is one of the things that I keep thinking about. And it's for anybody really, but I was just really speaking on behalf of my community because my community really be going in on the community. And it's sad. We got to come together. We got to unite. We're a force to be reckoned with. We powerful, very powerful. But y'all too busy hating on the next person or want to disagree on nonsense to see how powerful we really are. If we all connected and came together and y'all saw how powerful we are, we'll shift this entire realm. We'll shift this entire universe. Y'all don't get it. The time is near. Some of y'all gonna make it, and some of y'all ain't. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna continue to do what I do, speak life into others, and hope that somebody, you know, take this and take something from it. If it resonates with you, I appreciate it. If it don't, keep it moving. Like I always say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if it trigger, it must be you, not nigga.